back. New research from Hayes Ireland. It's found that 22% of Irish workers have taken time off in the last year due to stress in the workplace.
So joining us now to discuss this is workplace psychologist Patricia Murray. Good morning to you, Patricia. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
22% of workers taking time off due to stress. Is this something you're seeing more of?
I'm seeing more maybe of people taking time off because they're acknowledging they've got issues. They mightn't say I'm taking time off just because of stress. They might say I'm taking time off, I'm tired, I'm fatigued, I have a lot on, I need to take a break. And so when in a survey, if they're asked, like, is stress an aspect of why you take time off? That might be how the question was posed. I don't know. I looked into it, but I didn't get the question. So, you know.
Can I ask you if we're, because, you know, people used to get their holidays if you were, you know, working in the public service, there's, you know, time, like, I'm not saying just teachers, fair play to them, take all the holidays, I wouldn't do that job. But, you know, like, that people would take time off. In Europe, there is a culture, take August off, all this kind of stuff. But we're working in a different place where people might be afraid to take time off because it's like, oh God, performance, my boss is looking at me, we're working beyond the 5-6 o'clock hours. Like, is that an element?
It's so complex, you know, because there are people who are, there's all different kinds of people, okay, as we know. Some people are not going to take time off, even though they're highly stressed or they're working very hard because there's a promotion coming up they want to go for. That's on their own back then. They decide to do that. Other people then are, we can give them, someone else is out, they're taking on their job, they have other things to do in their own job, they've got some home issues. And so they might then realise, I think that might be who the survey is talking to, I need to take a day or two, and sometimes it's a day or two just to recharge the batteries. And it's not a bad thing if people are recognising.
I was just about to say that. Is this not a good thing that people are saying, I need to step back from this a little bit because for my own mental health and for my own health, generally, I need a couple of days off?
Yeah, I mean, it's what we used to call occupational health, which obviously loads of companies offer their employees an occupational health service. So how are they measuring how they feel? Of course, it's not the duty of the employer to make sure everybody feels great all the time, but it's the duty of the employer to make sure that the work isn't causing them undue stress. That would be, they're not doing jobs that they weren't recruited for, they're not doing someone else's job who's sitting back doing nothing, you know, because they're very good at working, so they get extra work. So it's the employer duty to make sure that they're reasonably accommodated when they're in work.
Well, then, because the high workload is pointed to in this survey all the time for what's happening. So if you were, like, I'd say farmers are looking at this going, lads, come on, we never get to take a day off, but they're not watching because they're busy. It's, you know, that is an issue where it's kind of going, OK, well, someone isn't able to do that, so I'm putting this on you, I'm putting this on you, I'm putting this on you. That's happening everywhere if you work in certain jobs.
It is. It happens a lot. And I mean, of course, my clients who are the most progressive employers, because they're looking at contracting psychologists, they would see that this is an unfairness, and unfairness is one of the real causes of stress at work. So if you ask people, I know high demands came out in this survey, so that for listeners, people who said they're very stressed, mostly they said it's because of high demands or a lot of work to do. But one of the other causes of stress internationally is a sense of unfairness about how work is allocated and how work is rewarded. And reward doesn't just mean pay, it means, you know, praise and recognition.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a job and someone else is doing less than you and they're getting more praise and recognition, it's a stressor. It's a stressor that you think, what is it? What am I doing wrong? Why am I not progressing when I'm doing all this extra work? So it's really important for employers and employees to know that there should be a sense of fairness in the amount of work allocation.
And so the onus is on the employer then?
Yeah.
Because like it's like that. If you're saying to someone like, they're getting all the price, why would I even bother?
Yeah. The onus is on the employer and the managers to make sure that there's a decent feedback system, like a performance management system, so that people are praised for what they do, that's good. But also, if they're doing less than the others, then you can say, look, in this team, there's 5 people, and I've been involved in many of these. 4 of you are doing 20 a day, and 1 of you is doing 3 a day. What's up with the 3 a day person? Can we discuss it with you? Is there some health issue? Is there another issue? Or is it just that you're going on much longer breaks?
We'd love to hear from you on this if you're at work and you've got, like, you just feel like you have to take days off because you're just absolutely wrecked and stressed from it. 0896 111 111. There was a piece from a place called the Fast Company. We'll see it now. It's gone viral, where it says every 12 to 18 months, micro-retirements involve taking a 1 to 2 week break from work every 12 to 18 months. Now, this is an American company. It went viral because people said that's called taking a holiday. And it's not, you should be taking a holiday once every quarter. This is America, and American work practices are slowly leaking in globally, because certainly Europeans highly value their time off. We've seen France put things in place, a right to switch off. We've been talking about it for how long?
We've done it here with emails and everything like that. You don't have to respond to this after a certain time.
But is this a worry? Is this things that you're finding out? American work practices are sleeping.
And don't forget, we've got proper holiday allocation. Our minimum is, I think, 20 days a year. So, and we've got the bank holidays is 9 or 10. So we've a lot more time off than they have in the American culture. And of course, this is a funny kind of piece of research that we were discussing earlier. Like, people do take time off work, and they should take time off work when they need it. Every quarter, there might be a day or two that's for random things.
Yes.
Apart from the holidays. Yeah. It could be to do with childcare. It could be to do with just self-care.
Like admin, getting your bits done.
Getting your bits done.
Or going out for the day and doing some shopping, whatever you need to do.
Just to take a break. But in this survey, then, what I found interesting was 32% admitted that they didn't utilise any of the initiatives offered by an employer.
Too.
So that's very interesting. Are they afraid to say, I need that help?
Do you know, I think sometimes it's a mismatch between what the employers are offering and what the employees mean. And it came out a bit in the research as well. I think the employees' understanding of the construct well-being and the employer's understanding of it might be slightly different. So sometimes the employers are offering very, very vague, light things like well-being light, and the employers are thinking, really what I need is less work, a better manager and better feedback, not yoga 2 times a week and fruit.
Oh, is this one like, so we have half an hour of yoga on a Thursdays. Does everybody want to join in?
I'm sorry, some of those initiatives are like work. It's like, just let me go home at 3 o'clock. 0896 111 111. We would absolutely love to hear from you, because this guy, he's so stressed. He never takes a day off, never goes on holiday. God bless him. We don't know what we're going to do with him. Workplace psychologist Patricia Murray, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Very interesting.
So stressed. Now, still to come this morning, we're looking at the science of small talk and how to get past those awkward pauses.
We've also pistachio pen pasta in the kitchen and an early review of the Superman movie. That's all to come. We'll see you in a few minutes.